started, as I told you, it's just about an awareness as to what Microsoft 365 Teams is all about. So we're going to see building Teams app. Now we know these days everything is all about apps, right? Whether it's a mobile app, web application. So humans are so used to these devices, they are running on apps, whether it could be transactions, your daily, right? So when apps are so predominantly bubbling up in the market, building them more efficiently is what makes a developer or an IT person or someone who is into the software field predominant or kind of showcased in the market. So now what are the ways to build it? Okay, now I know if it's an Android, I know it's an Android app that I can develop. If it's an iOS, you have an iOS. But when it comes to Microsoft Teams, now what are these apps that I'm going to help, or what are the apps that I'm going to build? So today I'll tell you what are the types of apps you can build, how to build it, and how you can be a part of it. So that's what today's session is all about. And with me, I have Ilakya as well. She's a Microsoft Learn student ambassador. So you must be knowing, or you must have seen her or interacted with her. She's going to share a journey with us as to how she kind of got into it, what she learned throughout this process, and how you could also be a part of it. And myself, I think Abhijit has already given a quick introduction. So I work with the Microsoft Team 365. So whatever you see on Teams 365, the apps, that's all gets built by us, the documentation, the certification. So we as a team work with it. So definitely if you have any questions, feedbacks, or any feature request or anything as such that you've been working every day with Microsoft and you found that, definitely feel free to reach me out after the session or anytime after this. So today's agenda is very simple. It's just more of an awareness, as I told you, why you need to invest in building apps for teams, which is very important, because before I start something, I need to know why am I doing it. Just for the reason of everybody's doing, never invest time in it. So understand the reason behind doing something, understand the overview, whether does it really interest you, whether you're going to invest your time in it, whether you're going to gain something out of it, then go ahead with it. And then I'll talk about the bootcamp details, which is the main agenda or the focus of this session, and then about the student ambassador community part. So as I told you, apps is very predominant. It is kind of ruling the market, whether it's a mobile app, desktop apps, or whether any applications that you use for entertainment or any of your appliances, everything is based on apps. Even the water filter I have at my home running runs on a particular app. The moment I tell the filter has to be changed, I get a notification on my phone app and it tells me, okay, it's time for the filter to be changed or something on those bases. So everything is getting so easy on the touch of your finger. So as a student or as a developer, you should be prepped enough so that when you face the real world, you should understand what is really happening in the market. That is also a part of a developer's job. Now, when I say app, as a developer, you see the front end of it, or as a customer, I just see the UI part of it. But there's a lot of other things that's happening in the background, which is the data. Say, for example, I take the Facebook. Now, when I say Facebook, all I see is pictures, chat, like, post, discussions. But if you go one layer beneath it, it's all about data. It's about connecting data. If I'm finding a person having lunch at a particular restaurant, it's collecting a data from a particular API and it's giving to me. So these two things are getting connected. Now, if I'm getting the pictures clicked in a particular location, that's also again another API with the data getting collected. Or if I'm able to find a person from my alumni or from my others network, again, that's a data. Now we have this data revolving around everywhere, but we are not using the maximum use of these data. Now, how do we really use this data? So that is where these apps really come into picture. So creating another app is not a big deal for me. I can do it, you can do it, sit for an hour, we can finish it off. But what is the purpose of this app? How am I going to integrate data into it? Because we use Microsoft Team, right? Whether it could be um, talking to another friend or checking out attendance, marks, and all. But how am I going to integrate all this data and make sure that I'm going to make use of something of it? So that is what Teams apps that I'm talking about. So integrate an existing one. Say, for example, you have an application that's running for you guys in your university. Say, for example, it could be some kind of attendance app, but that's external to Teams. And you guys, everybody use Teams app, Microsoft Team. Now, every time you have to feed in your attendance or something, you'll have to go externally, go feed in, and then come to Teams, tell someone, okay, I've updated the data. Now, what if someone can come building this entire, integrating, connecting these both, your attendance app and Teams? If you form that connection, so automatically I'll start getting notification in my Teams app. So I don't even have to feed in, or I don't even have to get into the other application, which is a third party, to feed in the data and then get a notification saying, okay, you missed one class, you've taken a leave on this particular date. So you can integrate existing into Teams. That is what we're going to talk about. It's not about building just like that new app like Hello World, which we are not looking for that. We're looking for how interesting and innovative solutions are going to come. And definitely this will lead to a productivity increase, right? Now, if you look at the 2 3 layers beneath as to why these things are happening, you can see that in a nutshell, we have almost 270 million daily active users. People are using Microsoft Team, whether it's university, office, any HR department, consider any hotel management, everybody is using Teams. Why? Email communication, talking with colleagues, arranging meetings. There's so many things happening with Teams. So if this is what it is happening and you have something that is going to be used day in and day out, why don't you implement that application in Teams so that it's going to make your job easy? You don't even have to come out of Teams. Every day you're going to use Teams. It supports 53 languages, and there's so many messaging platform. It's just not about messaging part, it's about bot notification, which is what we always look for, right? When I have something scheduled and I want that to be notified to everybody, I don't want to keep sending a message to everybody, right? Or I don't want to go to WhatsApp again, create a group again, keep that notified. Teams helps you with all these kind of things. It automatically triggers notification. So that is how the entire model is set up for you, the entire ecosystem. All you have to do is just plug in them. How you plug in and why you have to plug in, that is what the job of a developer is. So we will see all this, how to do it. Then moving on to why should I really invest? Okay, now you got to know about Teams, that you can build apps. It's all about data revolving. Now, why you have to invest, as I told you, it's to reach a broader audience. Now, I'm in the Microsoft bubble and you are inside the VIT bubble. Now, how do I connect these two things? Definitely, I'm not going to create a WhatsApp group, right? I will create a Teams. Now, even the people who are going to join this boot camp, all my discussion post is going to happen on Teams. So that's how we are going to invest and connect. And that is how everything is already readily available for you. All you have to do is just connect those two bubbles. And then I'm able to interact with all you guys, get all your bootcamp or capstone projects or whatever it is. I can get it done in one place, single point, easy to do it. Right? So it is one of the advantages why invest in it is to outreach to a broader audience. Next, leverage product innovation. Definitely, if I have something that could be integrated in Teams, why would I not think of doing it? So connecting the bubble, whether using tabs. So in Teams, you have must have seen channel, say for example, for subject mathematics, or chemistry or physics or something, you must have channels, right? Now you also have tabs that make it more easy. Maybe a tab to find out what are the kind of projects that's happening or who are the team members. So when it has the structure that gives you a leverage more innovative solution that you can keep on adding it. So that is also another important factors in building apps for team. and definitely increasing momentum so that you can grow your business. Whether it's not always that you make an app and you kind of keep it non-monetized, right? You definitely want to earn money. So what if your app is really performing well? You can definitely push it to the Play Store, earn money out of it. Whether it could be a gaming app, I'm not going to say that always it should be an educational purpose or business related app. It could be a social or entertainment related apps also that you could build. A simple meme generator, that also could be an app. During the meetings, if someone uses a particular word, a bot has to trigger a meme out of those kind of words and make it very hilarious but nothing offensive. So that's also another app that could be included in your team, and people will kind of feel not that left out in the meeting, and they will feel really interesting to be a part of meetings going forward. So those kind of small ideas can invest so much but make a big difference out of it. So you just have to think about it, what I could do to do it, because everything is available. It's just that you'll have to just dig, dive deep, and then pull it out and then kind of connect it. That is what you'll have to do it. So when you come to the types of apps, there are so many. First party is what you build directly in Teams. Third party is like connecting already that's existing one and then getting it into Teams. And then there are custom apps. You build something from scratch based on your own innovation. So based on your needs and popularity or your necessity, you come up with apps. So this would come in a very later stage once you understand what Teams is all about. And as I told you, Microsoft Team provides a very powerful and extensible platform so that you don't have to start anything from scratch. Everything is available for you. Just understand when to plug in which, what, when, and then just move on with it. So as I told you, when I say Teams, it has a lot of features that are being used day in and day out, like tabs, bots. Trust me, when I joined the organization, it was like a work from home culture. And people, we used to not interact with people, right? So everybody's like work from home. So even if I had to find out a small information or anything as such, we used to have bots. So I type a word, like say insurance, I used to get details about it. So I didn't have to go interact with someone, really find out. So I'm not telling that no, you don't have to interact, but these are the small things that actually clarifies most of your queries. So that like that you can create bots for your own subject. So if there is someone really looking for what is ampere, what is the unit of a particular current, or what is the formula for this, you can actually create bots for it. That's actually making someone's life easy, which was a pain for you, right? So that's how you're going to help people do things. So you can build apps very confined to your university, or you can build apps in a very generic broader reach as well. Then we have message extension, which is like, you can see here these cards, right? These card layouts. So these kind of cards could be created. Adaptive card, where it is an interactive one. You click on it, you get more details about it. Connectors, post rich updates to the channels. So everything is channels here. You must have seen working in a university environment, you would have channels, right? And then we have something called Microsoft Graph, because it's all about data. I have data. I have data coming about the weather, but how do I get it displayed it on the channel so that my colleagues or my friends would gain something out of it? To give you a very simple example, in an office environment, you work in different time zones, right? So someone must be from Asia zone, Europe zone, America zone. So there are different zones, right? So now if I schedule one, should I keep on looking like for the time zones? Okay, now this person is out of office. Okay, this person is sleeping. Okay, this person is going to sleep now. How do I book one? So there was this timer or an app created where the moment I enter a time for right now, say for example 12:30, I enter something like that PM IST, the persons automatically will see a different time zone, that is a time zone according to their system time, so that I don't have to schedule or I don't have to go to time converter to find out what time it is for them and then set things. So that is very handy for us, because when we are working with this global cultural team, I don't have to keep on checking out the time zones of everybody. It immediately tells me, okay, this person is currently out of office, or this person is not working hours, so do not schedule one and during this time. So these all are small ideas created by people like you and me, thinking that, okay, this is going to be helpful to someone to build. So you can come up with ideas. Ideas are unlimited, and you can start building one. And everything is available. You just have to plug in. So as I told you, this is more of a pictorial way, and this is more of a technical, one layer deep as to what all you could do, whether it's Mac, iOS, Android, it doesn't matter, or your applications. You can work with tabs, bots, task, adaptive cards. They all are different categories that you can actually work. Then you have this Microsoft Graph, and you have tons of Microsoft 365 services, starting from calendar, email, planner, OneNote, you name, you have so many things, and you can see how you can actually connect all this. For example, just by looking at this, I can think of something like I have an Excel sheet and I have so much of data being presented there. I want these data to be presented in a very pictorial way quickly. The moment I click on this app and say kind of convert, it will pick up these columns, whichever you want, and put it in a more pictorial chart way. That way you can show someone that, okay, these many people were present, these many were absent, these were yet to come, something like that. Think about someone opening an Excel sheet, going through all the columns, filtering it out. So definitely it's tedious, right? So if you build something, those kind of automated tasks, it's going to be helpful. Yeah. So Teams apps could be collaborative or it could be individual. You say, okay, you know what, Kamal, I want to build something. It's just for me, for my own purpose. I don't think anybody's going to use it. Definitely go ahead and build it. It's not necessary. You have to build something always for someone. No, you can build it for yourself also. Or if you think that it's going to help the entire community or the entire public or your university, you can also do that kind of a collaboration. So totally it depends on your use case, your purpose, and your intention behind building an app. And it's very easy to distribute. You don't have to, the moment everything is like set for you, you build one, you deploy it, you get it published, and then whether it's a tenant, team, or a store where you want to publish, it gives you an option and it is easy to go. It's nothing rocket science, nothing complicated. You don't have to have any secured keys or something. All you need is just an access to Microsoft account, which is 365, which you must have already had because your university must have got an access to it. So just go ahead and play around with it in this bootcamp, which you'll get to know what it is more about. Now, I've been talking about apps. I can build apps. Why invest in Teams app? What are the purpose, useful case, everything. Now, what are the different ways to create Teams app? So if you look, the first one, you have the Yeoman generator. Then we have Toolkit for Visual Studio, then the Visual Studio Code, then we have Power Platform, which is like the low code, no code, more of dragging and dropping, and you have something created in seconds and minutes for you. And then you have like standalone web development AppCamp. So here in this bootcamp, we would be introducing you to two things. One is the toolkit for Visual Studio Code and AppCamp. So in a second, I'll let you know which two tracks are and how you deal with it. Okay, but these are the ways you can actually create Teams app. And for this, you don't have to know a language extra. All you need to know is basic JavaScript language. If you know that, you all good to go. The rest all is a usual drill that you'll have to follow with few button clicks and you're good to go. Okay, so we will see why we are using Teams Toolkit to build one. Uh, First thing, it's easy to use. It is standalone. Plugins are available. All you have to do is just click of button. You get the entire scaffold built. So once you start creating apps, you will get to know how easy it is to build either a tab, bot. I think by 5 clicks, you can create a customized bot. So which I will not show you today, but once you get into the bootcamp, you will get to know. All you need is a Visual Studio Code and then a Teams Toolkit plugin, and then you're good to go. So with 5 clicks, you can get a bot created and you can have people using your bots. Just type, say for example, insurance, or type a formula. I'm looking for this particular formula, and you have the formula getting displayed. So these kind of things, you can do it in a very innovative way. And also integrating is very easy when you're using Teams Toolkit, whether connecting to the Azure cloud or connecting to other channels or anything as such. It's pretty easy, and setting up an account is also very easy. So trust me, when you start getting the grip of it, you will feel it really easy using Teams Toolkit. Now, why am I emphasizing so much on the tools part is, as a developer, my job is not to think about all these um, plugins or getting my project in a good shape or error prone. My job is to think about the functionality. How can I get the functionality rolling up? So if there is a IDE or if there is a toolkit that's going to solve all this purpose, it's going to make my job easy. Or else I'll be stuck with the entire code the entire day and forget about the functionality. So Teams Toolkit is the best um, friend when you're actually building Teams app. So in the bootcamp, you'll also get to know why you're using Teams Toolkit. So as I told you, a few more points about Teams Toolkit is it keeps your development environment ready. The moment I click on the plugin, say create a project, it sets up everything for you. And it's pretty simple. You just have to get into each file to understand what exactly is happening. It creates a base project. It sets up the sandbox environment for you if you already have one to test your application, and then just connect to the browser, run on the browser, F5. You can have preview and you're good to go. Even it connects to the Azure if you want to connect to the backend and get few resources and you want to deploy your application. So everything is set for you. You just have to connect and start using it. So that's how easy Teams Toolkit is for building Teams apps. So that's the best choice. Now, there is something called Microsoft Teams AppCamp, which was kind of started by my colleague Bob German. He'll also be a part of this session maybe next week or so when people try to opt for track two. So this was built keeping few things in mind. Now I already, okay, if I'm building an application from scratch, okay, I can use Teams Toolkit and I can start using it, right? But what if I already have a web application? Already built one, it's absolutely running fine. But now I want to integrate that into my Microsoft Teams application. How do I do it? This app camp is a step-by-step guide that will let you know how you can kind of migrate your existing web application to Microsoft Teams so that you don't have to build something from scratch. You already have, you just have to connect the dots. That is how easy it is. So if you're already proficient with JavaScript and you have experience building application, I would suggest you can directly jump into AppCamp, which is a track 2. And Bob will talk about it more if you're really interested to be a part of it. So now moving on to the tracks that we are looking for, we have track 1, track 2. So track 1 is a very beginner level. It's going to be a 4-week self-learning. If you even finish it within 2 weeks based on your knowledge or how fast you pick up things, and you find that very easy, you can finish it. There's no constraint that you will have to wait till 4 weeks, no. And then you'll have a 2 weeks of capstone project. Now project, you can come up with your own idea. You can work individually or you can work in groups. Or if you say, Kamal, I don't have an idea, can I get kickstarted with something that you could help us? We do have tons of projects that we can assign to you. But the time allocated for the capstone project is 2 weeks. But if you're taking more than that also, it's absolutely fine, no problem. But six week is what we're looking for. So by March end, you should be able to finish all this. That's about track 1. Similarly, track 2 will be about App Camp. That is which I was talking about, which Bob would be leading it. That's also going to be a 4-week self-learning with a capstone project. Now, working on projects like this has a lot of beneficial. Trust me. In the next slide, I'll let you know what are the things that you'll get to do. So the best part about this bootcamp is its self-study module. You don't have to be in person anywhere. You don't even have to be virtually present for any calls. You can take it up. We will create a Teams channel for you, and you can start posting your discussions, your queries, if you find something interesting that you would like to share with someone, you can post it in that channel. And we have MVPs and expert team to support you in this. Okay, so nothing to worry. We'll have people helping you throughout your bootcamp, supporting you with all queries. Or there could be someone who already answered a query. You can just go through the post and you should be able to answer one. Okay, So it's going to be a pretty simple 5 module learn path, which is the track one. So you learn how to create bot, how to create tabs, how to create chats. If you want to implement chat in your application, how to do it. So you can do this. And if you're done with this capstone project, then you would be eligible for track two. But if you say, I've already built applications, you can directly get into track two. Not a problem. Okay. So this is about the bootcamp. Now, what are the benefits being a part of this? Definitely, there are a lot of benefits. You'll get a digital badge, you'll get certificates, and there are prizes for the best idea, best project execution, and few more to be added. And you would also be featured in the community call. Community call is just not the call where you would express or you would talk about your project. You would be a part of the Microsoft employee community call where you would get to interact with all the Microsoft team who are building these Teams application, and you can directly be a part of it to share your experience. And definitely you'll get goodies and vouchers or Starbucks coupons or whatever is available, you would get that. Now, these are the benefits out of it. Few more could be added to it as well. And yeah, few resources, definitely I'll share it with Abhijit. He'll get it to you. And yeah, before I pass it on to Ilakya, where she'll share her experience um, about how to be a part of it. If you still have any questions, I'll pick it up after Ilakya's session, and how to get enrolled or whom to reach out. Everything can be answered after her session. All right. Any questions also, I'll answer it after this, post this session. All right, Abhijit. Ilakya, I'm handing over to you so you can share your screen and you can start it.
Hi, is my screen visible?
Yes, Ilakya.
Okay, thank you. So, hello everyone. This is Ilakya. I am a fellow VIT student too, and today I am here to introduce you all to an amazing program for students by Microsoft. The program is Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. I don't know how many of you have heard of this program before, but today I am here to make sure that all of you apply to this and get in because you can greatly benefit from this program. MLSA is a global tech community where you can find students who are working on building their skills, who are helping their community. You can collaborate with Microsoft student ambassadors and employees too. Overall, it is an awesome space for you to explore different areas of tech and grow in it. So first, let me talk about the benefits so that you will be encouraged to apply. There are a lot of benefits. The first and important one is you will be a part of a very cool community where you can network with students who are from different countries, different fields and technology. So let's say you're working on a product and you can find multiple employees who are in working in Microsoft. These professionals will help you with your project with ideas and they'll clear your doubts and everything. You can also become a Microsoft Windows insider. Windows Insider is where you can preview your Windows features and you can also give feedback on those. And let me tell you, this Microsoft Student Ambassador post will look great on your resume and it will help you build a lot of skills. You can also help your peers by joining this program and getting its benefits. You'll be invited to multiple Microsoft hosted events and subject matter experts events. For example, you'll be invited to Microsoft Reactors event and etc. So when you join this program, you'll be given few tools to help your peers. The first one is LinkedIn Learning and Microsoft Learn. I've tried LinkedIn Learning. It's really good, and all of its courses are basically focused on beginners. They'll tell you from the basics, and they'll cover everything. LinkedIn Learning is really awesome. You'll get subscription to it, and you'll be allowed to do free Microsoft certifications And through this, I did my Microsoft Azure fundamental certifications, and now I'm planning to do data. And certifications are also a really great point for you to get hired, get good placements. You should always do at least one certificate before you sit for placements, and this program will help you get that for free. And they'll give you a Azure subscription where you'll get a lot of credits and you can try a lot of new things and learn a lot. And you'll be given access to Microsoft 365 apps, and you will be given a Visual Studio Enterprise Editions subscription, and there will be a lot of other softwares too. You will be given all these things to support you. So once you get into the program, they will connect you to Teams platform where you can connect with students from various countries. You'll meet your mentors there. There are cloud advocates, MVPs, everyone who is working at Microsoft. You can connect with anyone, and I'm telling you, they'll reply you and help you for sure. Uh, I will show you the Teams platform. Just a second. Um, this is the Teams platform they will introduce you. So there will be three teams where inside community you will find lots of leagues: AI, ML, data analytics, web development, anything you are interested in. You can go in there and share your thoughts, see what others are talking, and the other student ambassadors will also share what they are conducting events on. You can join any event and learn anything you want. So these are the leagues available. There are like 20 leagues: IoT, mobile development, and everything. You can also invite more people for your events who will be there to support you. And these emerging technologies, green tech, healthcare, and education, these four leagues will be conducting social impact league project. It will be happening every quarter, where you can work on creating a workshop, creating a prototype, or you can create MS Learn content. This will be assigned to you by the professionals. You can choose which one you want to work on, but still you can ask them for the one you want. They might give it, but these bold letters are the one you can work on for projects. First time when I tried social impact league projects, I joined education, and we tried an app that will summarize the books for you, and they will just show you the important points, so that if you're trying to learn one day before the exam, you can just quickly read everything that's important. And healthcare and green tech also, people will be working on really great ideas. You can see all those things. You can also take inspiration for your capstone project that you'll be doing in the last final year. Social impact league projects are a really great opportunity for you to work on a team. You can choose your team from any part of the world, so you'll be getting a lot of exposure. And as student ambassador, you can participate in a lot of other hackathons and also collaborate with others. So when you join MLSA, they will introduce you as a new, and then you have to complete a track in Microsoft Learn. Then they will advance you to Alpha. Once you're in Alpha, you will get all the benefits mentioned before. So how to move from Alpha to Beta is you'll have to conduct an event, or you have to participate in a social impact project. And once you reach Beta, the most desired stage for everyone, because there they will give you a swag kit from Microsoft that will have your certificate, an ID, a t-shirt, a flask, and so many other cool swags. And then from then on, if you do really great work, they will promote you to gold. So now let me talk about how to apply. So the thing is, many people who apply for the first time won't get in. So remember that it's okay to try for the second time, but for you to get in at the first time, I will share some tips that help me to get in. So this is the page where you have to apply. Yeah, this is the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors page. You can check it out later. I'll put the link in the chat box. So if you'll click on apply now and you log in, you'll come to this page. So the first thing is privacy and terms. Then they'll ask for personal information like your name and your college education, like the date you're graduating and the field of study, everything. So, and in online influence and network, you can add your LinkedIn profile. So before you apply, make sure that your LinkedIn is up to date. Create a, profile, add your skills, add your courses, your experience and everything. uh, Make sure you interact with others. You can also add your YouTube page link if you have one. You can also amp up your GitHub page. um, you can add pages like that. And it's preferable if you write a blog, they will also consider that a tech blog. You can add link to that and all those things under online influence and network, just to make sure that you're interacting with your peers and you're a person who will help others if you are taken in. And when you come to application questions, there will be three questions, and out of three you will have to upload a video for one and a written answer for the two others. So here you can write up to 2000 characters. I'll ask you to make sure you're writing a lot, because you won't get this opportunity again. Make sure you're writing everything about you, everything that is a positive and a good point that will make them select you. Write everything. And for video, make sure you're talking in a really positive way. Show your interest for the program. Tell them what you're going to do when you're getting selected. If you have really good positive video, they will select you. And now the questions are welcome, guide and connect. We had different questions, but still if you want to see my video, I'll send it to you if you text me personally through LinkedIn. I'll also upload this link. You can check out the questions and apply anytime. And in this additional information, they'll ask you for things like your Microsoft Learn profile. Make sure you complete a few courses and then upload. You can also write a lot of things about you, like if you are in any clubs, any opportunity where you'll be able to help others, all those things, whatever you have done, that will be a point for you to share. You can add it here. And there is also one more thing. If you want to get selected in the first try itself, you can try to get nominations from other students ambassadors. Maybe someone who knows you and someone who knows how you work. uh, and if you have worked with them, it's a really great thing. You can ask for them for a nomination. If you have a nomination and your application is really good, you have a really great chance to get selected. You can reach out to ambassadors through LinkedIn and work with them so that they can give you a nomination. And so yeah, MLSA is just about us students. There is no number where only these many number of students can get selected from a college. There's nothing like that. Even every one of you can get selected if you have a good application. So make sure you work on your application for at least few days, and then make sure it's really good. Then send in your application. They will accept the application all around the year. So there is no hurry. So all the best and thank you.
Thank you, Ilakya. Thank you, Kamal Shree. This is an excellent session. I'm pretty sure all of us are really excited to apply for LSE. Sridhana, do you have a quick question?
Yeah, no, sorry, it was a mistake.
All right, great.
No worries, guys. Thank you so much. Ilakya, thanks so much for being a part of it. Appreciate it. I'm sure definitely you're going to get a lot of queries asking how to be a part of a student ambassador. So just keep your email open to see a lot of emails pouring in. And this is how you can be a part of community, which I think Abhijit is also doing a wonderful job. You can also talk to him. He's a student ambassador, so himself. So he'll also share his experience and tell how you could be a part of it and what he kind of achieved. And yeah, and so now coming to the bootcamp part, just wanted to let you know a few things. If you have any questions, you can, I mean, ask on this call, or if you want to ask personally, you can ping me on this link. I think Abhijit has been pinging. Now, as I told you, there are two tracks. So Abhijit has already rolled out a survey form where you can enroll or express your interest, stating which track you want to be. So we'll be starting this in another 2 or 3 days, setting up all your accounts. And this would be self-paced learning, so nothing to worry. You don't have any worries that you're going to miss your classes, nothing as such. Even if you spend 1 hour per day or 2 hours in a week. If you're good enough to finish, you're good to go. It's just that you have to be active enough in the channels if you have any questions. And yeah, go ahead with it. And so ask Abhijit, he'll help you in getting registered for these tracks. And yeah, I think I have a few questions. Aditya side?
Actually, no. This is because I asked them to raise their hands if they don't have project ideas, so
Mhm.
that they can reach out to you personally later.
Okay, I think those for those who are interested to know about the project, please. Okay,
Yeah. Can all of you raise your hands if you don't have a project idea?
yeah. So in case you don't have any project ideas, nothing to worry. Go ahead with the self-learning path, and we have tons of idea. We need people to work on it. So definitely we'll be glad to give you. Or if you have already something in your mind, and share it with us in the discussion channel, and definitely we'll have people supporting you and encouraging you or adding up more ideas to the existing ones so that your idea gets motivated. So it's a very pretty simple boot camp. All it requires is your involvement and your enthusiasm to learn something new, stating, okay, this is also something that we could do. We didn't know about it. So just work on it. And the perks are awesome to be a part of these community calls or whatever it is. And if you have any questions, you can reach to Abhijit or Ilakya, or you can get in touch with me as well so I can answer it.
Thank you, everyone. I think we're running short of time. We need to get going. Our classes start back at 6.
Mhm.
Have a great day, everyone. We'll reach out to you individually in a WhatsApp group. So stay tuned for more updates.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day ahead. Thank you so much, Abhijit. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.